Good morning, kids. It's Mr. Agee here, and we are going to talk about your math lesson for Thursday, October 8th. And this morning, when we work together live, we are going to work together to make a number line that goes down to the minute to help you solve the problems that you need to solve today. So you will have that resource with you as you do this assignment. But the assignments and the resources that I have for you are in the folder as usual. We're in the week 8 assignments, the math and word study from Mr. Agee. You go into math, you click on Thursday, and you'll see I've got a link to a clock manipulative, and I'll show you what that is in a little bit. I've also got an example of the number line that we are going to create together this morning. So by the time you watch this, you will probably already have created this in your green book, and your assignment is going to be in the lesson 4 homework. Now we are going to go over the lesson 4 problem set together. So you do need your green book for this activity, and if you don't have it with you, you need to get that and a pencil so that you can keep up as we go through the lesson 4 problem set. So if you don't have it, go ahead and pause the video, go get it, and then come back. All right, so first I'm going to start by showing you this handy tool here, and I know that on the very first day of school this year, I showed you this website, and Miss Nocton's class, I know that you also saw this website on the first day of school. These are virtual manipulatives, and since we're studying telling time and how time moves on the clock and things like that, a tool that's useful for you on this page is going to be this one here, this interactive clock. Interactive means you can manipulate the hands on this clock. So I'm going to go ahead and click into this, and you can see the clock starts at 6 o'clock. I can move the hands a certain number of minutes, and it kind of replicates or shows you the same kind of thing that happens when time passes. Or for example, let's say that you end an activity at 6:20 and they say the activity took 10 minutes. When did you start that activity? Well, I could count back 10 minutes from 6:20 here to get to the start time of that activity. I would go 5 and then 10, and I could say, oh, it took 10 minutes. The activity ended at 6:20, so it must have started at 6:10. So this is a really useful tool for you that is probably even a better tool than the number line, just because it mimics the clock. It is a clock, and you can move the hands just like the clock hands move. But in the assignment, you'll see that we're in the lesson 4 problem set here. They tell you to use a number line to answer problems 1 through 5. So even though the clock naturally is like a number line, it's a circular number line that repeats. The number line that they're asking you to use is the one that's in your book on page 23, I believe, and it looks like this. So what you'll notice is it says the lesson 4 template, and we will have made this in your live session if you made it to the live session. These lines start out blank, and they only give you the landmark, the numbers. And when you look at it here, you'll see that it starts up here, and that's the 0 minute or the o'clock. Notice I didn't put an hour on here because they give you a whole bunch of problems, and the hours that they give you are different hours. But all of the problems that they have are within the same hour. So for example, if they give you a start time in the 2 o'clock hour, the end time is going to be in the 2 o'clock hour as well. If they give you an end time in the 5 o'clock hour, the start time is also going to be in the 5 o'clock hour. So I'm going to ask you to use this repeatedly in the lesson today. So I'm going to recommend to you not to mark it up with pencil marks, because you're going to need to actually use it over and over again, and the pencil marks that you make might actually confuse you from problem to problem to problem. But basically, what you'll have here is each minute line marked on the number line for an entire hour. So it starts at the top of the clock at the o'clock or the 00 minute, and we go 05, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and the 60-minute resets the hour, so it's o'clock again. So in between each of the landmark 5-minute marks, we've got 4-minute marks. So we've got, for example, in the 55 to 60 time period, this is the 11 on the clock moving to the 12 on the clock. We've got 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, and then this mark here is 60. So in each of these intervals, you will have marked 4 of your own tick marks that represent the minutes between 55 and 60, or o'clock. So we will refer to this tool as we go, and I'll try to remember to also show you how to use this tool as we go through these problems. So we're going to do as many of these as we can, and there's kind of a tricky thing on the problem set. It doesn't ask you to record your start time. In the homework, it does ask you to record your start time. So one of the ways to be very, very successful in math is to work on following written directions. Following written directions is a challenge for 8- and 9-year-olds, but the more you practice it, the better you get at it. So I just want to show you what I'm talking about here in your assignment. When you open up the lesson 4 homework, the first thing that it asks you to do in bold print here is to record your homework start time on the clock in problem 6. Okay, so that means right now, whatever time you're, not this second, but when you start your lesson 4 homework, you're going to go down to problem 6 here, and you're going to record your start time. It's going to look like this. You're going to go ahead and put it right in here. Start time. And then you, like for example, if I was starting this right now, I would mark 7:18 because that's what time it is in this moment. Actually, that's what my classroom clock says. My computer clock says 7:17. So what they're going to ask you to do then, it says how many minutes did you work on problems 1 through 5? You'll record your end time. So when you finish this one here, you will mark the time, end time, and then you'll do, so let's say it takes you 30 minutes to do this. So that would be 27, 37, 47, 7:47 is when I might finish. I would have to do the problem 47 minus 17 to give me my ending time of 30 minutes. So it asks you how many minutes did you work on problems 1 through 5. Oh my gosh. I need to read for meaning here. You actually record your homework start time on the clock here. So I would actually draw the hands onto the clock for 7:17. And so what that would look like is my minute hand would be slightly past, whoops, that was not what I wanted to do. My minute hand would be slightly past the 7 here using the line tool. I'm sorry, I'm saying it all wrong. It's too early in the morning. My hour hand would be slightly past the 7, and my minute hand would be at the 17-minute mark. So I'm going to draw it all the way to that mark. That's when I started, and then when I finished, the hour hand has moved a little bit closer to the 8, not exactly to the 8, and I'm going to the 47 here. And so this would be my start time, 7:17, my end time, 7:47. I am going to subtract my my starting time from my ending time to get the total number of minutes. All right, now back to the assignment that you've got here. It gives me some problems to solve, and in each problem it asks me to use a number line to answer problems 1 through 5. So it doesn't ask you to write those equations where you subtract the starting time from the ending time to get the total minutes. Now that is actually what you're doing. So as you develop your thinking about how the minutes work as time passes, if you've got the start time and the end time to find out the elapsed time or how long something takes, you take that start time, the minutes here, 23, and you subtract them from the ending time minutes, 49. But using the number line, it looks a little bit different. So I'm going to be going from 6:23 to 6:49 because it tells me Cole starts reading at 6:23 p.m. He stops reading at 6:49 p.m. How many minutes does Cole read? Okay, so how long is it basically from 6:23 to 6:49? So I'll go over to my clock tool. I'm going to close this down here so I'm not confused. I'll go over to my number line tool, which is in here, and for you it'll be in your book, and I'll start at 6:23, and so I found the 20-minute marker here, 21, 22, 23, and I have to go to 49. So I'm going to do a skip count up by tens as much as I can. This is kind of tricky though, you know, I could count the marks individually. So I could say, okay, if I'm starting at 23, I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and right here is 43. So that's 20 minutes. I'm going to keep on going. 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, because I have to stop at 49. So 49 is the mark before 50, and it took 26 minutes. Another way to look at that, I'm going to try to get it all on one page here. So I'm stopping at this 49 mark. If I'm at 23, I can skip up to 33, and that's 10 minutes. I can skip up to 43, and that's 20 minutes. And now I can do my count, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, and I get 26 minutes. Let's see, so I'll go ahead before I forget that and put my text box here on 26, and I'll put 26 minutes. Now, another way I could be figuring this out is 49 minus 23 equals 26. 26 minutes. And another way I can figure it out is put my marker here. It doesn't matter. The hour really doesn't matter because I'm within the hour, but just to be consistent here, 6:23 to 6:49, I'm going to start at 6:23 right here like this. See, the digital clock helps me know what I'm doing, and I'm going to actually move it to the 49 mark. So I'm going to count ahead 10 to 6:33. So there's 10 minutes, and then 10 more minutes takes me to 6:43 here. And now I'm going to count by ones. That's 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. Okay, so you can see how the minute hand actually moves on the clock. So there are three different ways to solve these problems. You can use this interactive clock tool. You can use the clock number line. You could also simply subtract the start time from the end time, the minutes of the start time and from the minutes of the end time. Okay, I'm at the 13-minute mark. It's taken me a long time to do this, so I'm sorry. It takes as long as it takes. That's what it is. I'll try to get one more in here, but your assignment is to do the lesson 4 homework. The lesson 4 homework. Okay, so in this example, Natalie finishes piano practice at 2:45 p.m. after practicing for 37 minutes. Okay, so in this one, it gives me the elapsed time. It wants to know what her start time is. There are only 3 parts. There's the start time, finish time, elapsed time. Those are the only 3 parts. If they give you the elapsed time, you're going to have to figure out either the start time or the end time. So it says the end time here is 45. I'm going to have to go back 37 minutes. So I'm going to do, in this problem, 45 minus 37. Go back. Now, I am about to run out of time. So do your best, and if you have questions, bring them to me in our live meeting. I hope that you can make sense of this the best that you can. In the classroom, I would be helping you a lot more. I can help you in the virtual sessions. Good luck. This is challenging, so don't fret too much. Just do your best and enjoy your math session today.